baby, I'm not mad at all. We both tried and tasted fall. Can't hold our love again.
Hello, Aimsy here for Aimsy's Antics. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are well today because we have another beauty DIY to have a go at. Now, a few weeks ago I did a Lush dupe with my DIY Angels on Bare Skin, and this week I am bringing you another Lush dupe, which is DIY Ultrabland. Now, Ultrabland is one of Lush's best selling cleansers and is oil based, and it's perfect for removing your makeup because it actually sticks the makeup and brings it off your face, as well as balancing out the skin. Now, you may be thinking oil based is going to make your skin a little bit more oily, but it actually does help balance this out and help stop your skin producing excess oil, which then leads to breakouts. So it does help to sort of balance out the skin and help reduce you breaking out. Now, it might not work for everyone, but I know it certainly works for me, and I've been using it for quite a while and making my own version for at least a year now. Now, over on Aimsy's Antics, I have a blog post on making your own DIY Ultrabland, and recently it has been gaining a little bit more traction and is one of my highest viewed blog posts over there. So I thought, why not update the post and do a video version to make it more accessible for everybody else, because I absolutely love this cleanser and it is really easy to do at home, and you can get the ingredients to make it really easily online or in local stores and things. So if you would like to have a go at making your own DIY Ultrabland, then let's get crafting. Before making the DIY Ultrabland, you just want to make sure your pot or container that you're going to put it in is ready and raring to go. So I always use old Lush pots, cleaning these and making sure they are sterilised, removing the labels as well, so that I know it is something I have made. So to make the DIY Ultrabland, you're going to need some organic shea butter, and that is 1 tablespoon's worth for 1 Lush pot. You'll also need some beeswax. I buy mine in these blocks, which needs grating, and that is another tablespoon. So you do equal amount of grated beeswax to shea butter. So yes, I need to grate that down. You'll also need some lavender oil, vitamin E oil, and some Rose Absolute. Now, if you look closely, mine isn't a full Rose Absolute because it's 5% in coconut oil, so ideally you want full Rose Absolute, but this still works well, and this is the one I have used from the start when I've been making Ultrabland, so yep, that still works. And then you will also need 8 tablespoons, yes, 8 tablespoons of almond oil, so I'm using this nice big bottle here. And you'll also need your Lush pot, which I have washed and cleaned, ready to go. You could use any container, but I like to reuse the Lush ones. If you are using a beeswax block like mine, then you just need to use a cheese grater to grate this down. Now, do be careful because I have grated my thumb and fingers in the past and it is very painful, so just be careful when you are doing this part. And then to actually start making your DIY Ultrabland, you just need to fill a pan with a little bit of water, placing this on the oven top or stove top, whatever you want to call it, and placing your glass bowl over the top, Bain Marie style. And then you just want to add in that tablespoon of grated beeswax and allow that to melt down. Once the beeswax is nearly melted fully, you then want to add in your shea butter. Now, you do the beeswax first because it does take a longer time to melt than the other oils and butters that we are using in this DIY Ultrabland. So then allow your shea butter to begin to melt down. When the shea butter has melted into the beeswax, you then want to add in the 8 tablespoons of almond oil. Now, you may find when adding this that the mixture does go a little bit cloudy, and this is, I think, because the oil is a lot colder than what you are adding it to. So just give this a really good mix in and it should help disperse that. Remove the bowl from the heat and allow to cool slightly before adding in any of the essential oils. Start by adding in 2 drops of the vitamin E oil and then move on to adding some lavender. Now, this is an added ingredient that I chose to put in here, and I put about 2 to 3 drops of this. Now, do be careful if your skin is sensitive to lavender, but it is one of the most skin safe ones, so you can slightly increase this. And then move on to the Rose Absolute, again adding 2 to 3 drops of this. And once you have added these essential oils and the vitamin E oil, you'd want to give the mixture a really good mix to make sure that it is fully incorporating with all of the melted butters, and it should help even out the distribution of the essential oils onto the skin when you are using it. Once the essential oils are fully mixed in, you then want to place the melted mixture into your waiting pots. Now you can use any container for this, but I like to reuse the Lush ones, and I am spooning it into the pot just for less spillage. But if your bowl, or if you're using a jug, does have a spout, this can make it easier to pour into the container. And this mixture does make one of the bigger Lush pots as well as one of the smaller ones, so you will have maybe 2 pots to go at. So if you want to give this to somebody else try, that is an option as well. And once the mixture is less in the bowl, you can actually pick it up to pour it, but obviously I do make a bit of a mess when I do it this way, so I tend to lean towards the spoon method. Allow the mixture to harden and set in the pot, and then your DIY Ultrabland is ready to go. I've also got a top tip as well, so this has got all the wax on still, it's quite hard to clean. So a top tip, put it in your sink, and the boiling water that you use to melt it all with, just gently pour it over and it should melt some of that wax off. And then you can just clean it down and the wax is gone. To-do! So it has set really nicely and it looks and smells just like the one from Lush. So I thought I would show you how to use it, or how I use it, and how it takes off my makeup. So just get a small amount like this. Ideally you should use like a plastic spatula so you're not contaminating it with your hands, but then rub it to your hands so it goes a bit more liquidy, and then just rub it onto your face where you need to remove and cleanse. So I like to really rub it in just to make sure that it is attaching to all the makeup, and it's really good at removing mascara and moisturising your eyelashes as well. So and that very shiny face, and you can see it's pulling some of the makeup already. Well, I think so anyway, I don't know. Now some people take it off with just a cotton pad. I like to use a damp flannel or face cloth, whatever you want to call it. In Yorkshire, well, in our house we call this a flannel. What do you call it? Is it a washcloth, face cloth, flannel? Let me know. So yeah, so you get a nice damp warm flannel and then just smooth it down, moving all the Ultrabland from your face. Now I'm sorry if you get a bit of a shock of my makeup free face. Maybe I should have posted this on Halloween and give you a bit of a scare. But yeah, just keep removing until you've got all of the Ultrabland off. Now it can feel a little bit greasy, but once you get it all off, it feels nicer. Now if I've got a full face of makeup, then I'd probably put Ultrabland on again, just to make sure it's completely off. And that's what it looks like, so you want to rinse. Now your flannel may get a little bit messed up after a few bits of use, But if you just put some washing up liquid on, give it a good scrub and then put it in the washer, it comes back good as new and it gets rid of all the grease. And then to finish, I like to use a bit of rose water and a homemade cotton pad. I will link in a card above how to make your own cotton pads, because these are so soft on your face and much better for the environment because you just wash these as well. So let's put a few dabs, ooh, that, so it's nice and wet, and then just smooth over, dab around the eye. But this will just help remove any of the Ultrabland that might still be left on your face, because you don't want it getting really greasy. Oops. The sunshine is blessing us. And there you go, Ultrabland complete. So there you have how to make your own DIY Ultrabland. Now I think it is very, very, very similar to the one that Lush produces, and this is a fab alternative if you have run out of the Ultrabland and you are struggling to get it on Lush's site. It's really easy to make, and now it might have slightly different ingredients, or not all the ingredients that Lush use, but it still works the same and my skin is loving it. But I have been using it for a while. Your skin can take a little bit of time to adjust to a new skincare routine, so don't be put off if you do have a few breakouts when you first start using this, because it will hopefully balance out. But obviously you know your skin, so use at your own risk. Now if you are using a flannel or washcloth, what do you call it? I call it flannel, but I don't know if that's a Yorkshire thing or an English thing. So yes, whatever you're using to wash the Ultrabland off your face with, that will get a bit gunky and a bit covered up in the greasy oils. So to cut through this, you want to either use a bit of washing up liquid or some form of detergent that cuts through grease. Pop it onto the flannel and then put it into your washing machine with your normal washing detergent, whatever you use, and it should help cut that grease and let your flannels come out good as new. That's one of my top tips. Anyway, I know when I've asked somebody in Lush about this, they have suggested shower gels, things like that, but I have found Fairy Washing Up Liquid has worked the best for me. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a big thumbs up and let me know what you think in them comments below, whether you like this DIY, you'll be giving it a go, and if you have any other Lush products that you would like to see me try to recreate, then pop them in them comments. If you're not already subscribed, then please do click that subscribe button to keep up with all my crafting antics and other beauty DIYs, because there's a new video every Sunday at 9 AM GMT time, or English time, I think it's GMT time. Yes, so subscribe if you are not already, and check out my blog Aimsy's Antics below, because there's always a blog post to go with every video that I put up onto the channel, so be sure to check that out as well. And with that said, I will see you in next week's video. I hope you have a lovely week.